Then the Ruach said to Philippus, go near and join him in this chariot. Philippus ran to him and Shammah him reading the scroll of Yeshayahu the Nabi, and also he said, do you understand what you are reading? And he said, how am I able unless someone that guides me? And he called Philippus near to come up and to sit with him. And the passage of Kitab, which he was reading, was this: he was led as a sheep to slaughter, and as a lamb before his shearer is silent, so he does not open his paw. In humiliation he was taken away from his mashpat. Who shall declare his Tuladah? For his Kai was taken from the Arat.
Go ahead.
The eunuch answered and said to Philippus, I ask you, about whom does the Nabi say this? About himself or about someone else?
What happened?
Philippus opened his paw and he began at this Kitab, and he preached concerning Yahushua to him. And it came to pass, as they were going on the road, they came to a Malkum of Ma'in. The eunuch said, behold, Ma'in, what hinders me from being immersed? And Philippus said, if you amun with all your law, it is permitted. And he answered and said, I amun that Yahushua the Mashiach is the ben of the Elohim.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He marred the chariot to stand still, and both Philippus and the eunuch went down into the Ma'im. He immersed him.
And let me say this, a couple of things while we kind of looked at this. The fact of Acts, it shows us kind of how they operated and how they start out after being with Yahushua. Now we go through to look at the Acts, look at repercussions of what happened. I wouldn't necessarily use that, but looking at how things worked out after being with Yahushua, after the teaching, after going through and doing what he instructed to do, we got to see the resolve of things. Run across people that were coming from the right place, reading the right literature, yet still not having understanding. These are the things that we're trying to be mindful of, and not just assume that if we go and look at translations and we get to reading what's right, that we still understand it correctly. Our goal is not to kind of go through and just do something. We want to do it, and we want it to work out to a benefit. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we want to do. Otherwise, you're just spending your will and time doing things. And then being honest enough to get here and being willing to take, correction or take information to where we can get to the point that everybody become a recipient of the Ruach HaKodesh. What we have to do a lot of things on working on ourselves, making sure that we're in the right place to be able to receive it. A lot of things came to be, we talked about before, about positioning yourselves. Like these guys, when they talked about them, everything you saw happening with them, a lot with them were dealing with them in Jerusalem. That's where they were told to stay until they was endued with the authority from on high. Position yourself is important. And a lot of times we don't look at positioning ourselves because, position yourself allows you to be in a certain area where it can become beneficial for you. So the writings come to teach us to be in a certain place so it becomes beneficial to us. What we've done in customarily what churches do, they'll go and do outside activity to do things to feel like they have growth because they're donating this much money to this, so they're working for this cause. You'll find churches, they're out doing a whole lot. But in a sense, looking at, are your people growing? Because we're supposed to grow in the Khan, which means favor, should show them, and we're supposed to grow in knowledge, not in activities. And that's what a lot of time religious organizations do. They'll get involved with a lot of activities outside of the benefiting of people, making sure that we're where we need to be. And that's important to me, to make sure that we obtain the Ruach HaKodesh, in unison. That we grow together, that the benefit or however he see fit to allow things to fall, that we don't be stupid enough to realize, well, it's not for you. But if we connect together, anything one would get, it's got to be to benefit all of us. But the only way for all of us to get that mind is to understand this writing. To understand this writing. He saw something about this man that the Ruach told him to go, and I want you to get on that chariot with him. and look at what he's doing, and capture him in the moment while he's reading, and look at what he's reading and ask him, do you understand it? Now, why this man hadn't stopped somebody on the road asking? Because he did, and he does, he did what a lot of us do. You just kind of keep going. And it doesn't just happen. It's just the Ruach interceded and allow him to join himself to it to show you could be reading and still not have understanding. And that's something we don't want to, come up guilty of later, that we've been reading, but we don't have any understanding. We want to be honest and real enough that we'll sit down, we'll take correction when needed so we can grow. We have to work on more than one end. We're pretty much in a situation, as Nakum Yah was, we got to build and fight at the same time. Our fighting with individuals, our fight is out here to try to compete to make sure we don't wind up being the people on the street, under the bridge. We're so close, and there's so many people, you so close. That's scary. You edging, you here, to where it don't take nothing for you to be outside. And it weighs on you when it comes down to your rock, and when it comes down to the word, that you can't really grasp it and the whole concept there, because you're dealing with reality is, I'm on my way out the door. And that's going to break any relationship I got with her. You'd be surprised, a lot of our relationship with Yahuah is contingent upon our situation today. Your relationship where it is today, it wouldn't possibly be the same if you were laid up somewhere on a stroke. Your relationship with him today, if any of us feel like I have a relationship with him, you'd be surprised what it's contingent upon. It's contingent upon because my wife ain't left. It's contingent upon nothing happened to my kids. But if any one of those things happen, if I lost everything I got, my relationship wouldn't be strong, more or less it'd be weak, because I look at it right now, that's not important. I got to do what I got to do. And once I break out to that mindset, it's going to be hard to get me back to him. So that's why it's important to be with people and be connected, going in a certain direction to where, you got people minded. If you get off, somebody say, hey, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If I eat, you eat. If I got somewhere to stay, you got somewhere to stay. So that's one of your fights you struggle with. I don't want you to be there your fight to worry about that, because that's not going to happen. Not as long as he allow me. And as long as he allow you, I want to know the same thing off you. That give you, you can go out. It's like a man. If he feel like his wife ain't cheat, he said, I don't mind going out killing myself doing what I got to do. If I feel like I got to go out here and I got to watch you, and I got to keep calling back in, I don't want to do it. So I want to feel like somebody got my back. I go down, you'll pick it right up and you'll take off. I remember one time on the Jefferson, they had George and Tom. Who used to watch the Jefferson? One time, I get their wife got them in a competition. They were going to race. And they both got there and got to running and racing. Both of them were tired. They pulled a cramp and hit the ground. Their wife was trying to get them to get up and keep running. They ride them Joe and get up. They snatched that number out of their chest, stuck it on their chest, and took off running with it. They look at it, you couldn't go no more. So I picked it up and I took off. And that's how we got to be. People got to know that if I'm fighting with you or we in this together, if something happened, we got each other, right? We together, right? I'm being honest, but that's on a contingent upon it. Let me make sure that's on a contingent if we stay mindful to stay his way. Listen, all bets out. If it ain't him, I've been with you. Don't count me in it. Because your mind ain't said, your Lord ain't said to him, I ain't nothing I can do. I'm being honest. I tell you down, stay down. If I was y'all wouldn't get up, stay down. He got you down for a reason. If you're in the fight of your life and you fight for this thing the way we were supposed to for him, you ain't got no trouble but to get up. I'm going to drag you. You got to go. Because we got to make it. You know what I'm saying? I know we hearing, we're supposed to be minded together. We're in the same fight. We're trying to accomplish the same feat. We want this Ruach HaKodesh. We want to make sure we can go in with him when he come back. And like I told you, if it's ever been a time he was coming, this closer than we ever believed. Like he said, now it's out, yes, sure. It's closer than we first believed. There's no way nobody can believe it's fall. This man not fall. It's too much every day. Y'all saw I sent y'all a picture. Florida getting 5,000 miles of seaweed washing. What is your plan for 5,000 miles of seaweed? They say this stuff is coming up on the shore and it stinks. So they're trying to get in place with all these bulldozers stuff. Florida known for folk going here laying naked on these beaches. Yahuah cutting, I'm telling you, where have you known 5,000 miles of seaweed? How do you pick up 5,000 miles of seaweed? These dummies worry about cleaning up these beaches so the folk can get out here and make summer money. They got another country, man, they got oil spill. They got blobs of oil just coming up on it. They're trying to figure out where's it coming. Listen, Blobs of oil just coming on the beach. They got dump truck. Listen, they got stuff. They trying to get out here. They like, man, we finna hit the height of the season. Folk finna be here for summer. Yahuah trying to tell these people, this ain't what you want. You stay out the water. I'm trying to tell you, the man is trying to tell it, when you got fish, whale, you got, hey, y'all been watching all this stuff washing up. What do y'all think? You take 1 million fish out of the ecosystem. How do you replace that? Million? There's other animals that eat it. It would mean you just change the dynamic of the ecosystem. Something's got to eat something else. Some got to move to something else. Something's going to die out because it can't defend. It can't get anything. So there's certain things. Look at. I'm totally out of the system. This is how you wipe out these people. It's an ecosystem. And when that man get this to happen, when things come out, you got an issue. Just like Silicon Valley when they fell out. It's like the ecosystem. What happened to everything else? Didn't it affect everything else? So what do you think happened when you pull a species out? That thing to come to get it, man. Look what we at now. We food shortage. That's all they keep telling you, food shortage. How many people finna be food impoverished? How many people, millions of people hungry here in Europe? Who ever heard of that before? That stuff you hear in the third world country. When we have food shortage, you got stuff these people saying, no, you can't buy that much. You can get that. You thinking, man, this America, buy what I want, I got the money. No, you can't. You can buy what we'll sell you. We don't have enough. So you got to ask yourself, how is Ryan and them getting their food? Man, I've been told, man, nobody get that money. Man, food coming out the toilet. You know good well nobody. It's a food shortage. How you going to have for $12 and you getting a tea and all that, and the grit, the handle and swing on it like toys and pull the ice cream out of it? It ain't possible. Well, watch what you eat. Some of y'all eating a lot of rat back going up and down. I know some of y'all really I don't even go down to Garcia. I'm going to come in there. I'm going to sit down and tell them folks to make one of them omelets, and I'm going to cuss you out. Because you're going to make me fall off that wagon. I ain't going to lie, I'm weak for that omelet. I don't think I care about that omelet on Sunday morning. That thing, man, they hooked that, oh my goodness, they cooked that egg. They were like, what, shell egg. I need real eggs in it. Omelet made with real, God. Anybody had that omelet from Golden Corral? Oh my, is that thing serious? Yes, sir. Woo! You get you a glass of milk by this tall. That thing serious. Look, you get that and the potato with the chicken in there. Yeah. You can go on about your business. You can go on to glory. World can end right there. You get in there. You say, hold on, let me go to the bathroom. I don't want to mess with my white robe. I need to go just for them. Yeah, you get that spot on that robe, you can't have no spot or wrinkle. I'm telling you, that can mess with folks being saved. Don't go, please, this thing get ready to crack. Don't be in no round to go to Corral. You ain't going to make it. You're going to be spotted and wrinkled. So I'm trying to help you out. I don't go to them places. I don't even go to the park a lot. I used to go to them places, you sit down, let me tell you, I went there one time, I said, look at these fat jokers. These jokers being here. Look at that draw. Man, again, I went there, I had my draw rim was up on my pants showing. I said, them fat folk do it. I know I've been there too long. When your draw come up and you can see your draw that came out your, that's a sign. You go to them places, I'm telling you, it's the plate, because you holding the plate right here, but the plate round, it's a hand. It'll pull your drawers up like that, and you don't even see it. And them folks see your draw, and they talking about it, they don't realize you about to be one of us. Why them folks going to, man, listen, it's more drug dealer in Ryan and Golden Corral and all of Mexico. Crack dealer. Everybody now dealing crack. And you know it's a setup. Going now, they got 15 urinals in one stall to sit down in a minute. They don't want you there. They know it. Load them up one time, they gotta go. And you know what you don't have? A gas station right there. They know a nigga. He'll go to that gas station, come straight back in that receipt and eat again. They pass a law, don't put no gas station around it. By the time you walk that gas station, your receipt should expire. So I'm just trying to help y'all out. That's why you gotta be here and get right. Well, I'm gonna get ready and let y'all go. Give Miss Yahuah her hand clap. We appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're 75 or older, you still haven't said, you're going to have a problem with the truth.